And all of this comes as jurors who sentenced Zagorski to the electric chair now say his life should be spared. News Channel 5's Chris Conti has their story tonight.
A changing of the seasons has brought with it a shift in thinking for Bill Clay.
I think we've all changed. Over 34 years, you changed.
Bill was the jury foreman 3 decades ago when Edmund Zagorski was convicted in the brutal murder of 2 men.
It was hard then, and it's hard now.
He was also the jury foreman when Zagorski was sentenced to death.
There was not a question of guilt, and it was a horrendous crime.
All these years later, though, Bill's mind has changed. In 1984, life without the possibility of parole was not an option for this jury to choose. With Zagorski's execution days away, Bill now says this.
So I'm not sure what it does other than just a person is going to die for it now, 34 years later.
Here we are 34 years later, and now it's there.
His opinion is also shared by former juror Michael Poole.
I just don't see that killing this man now 34 years later is going to do any benefit for anyone.
Both men have moved on with their lives, but had they have been able to put Zagorski behind bars forever instead of putting him to death, that is the option they say they would have chosen.
If we go ahead and execute him, what have we accomplished? You know, it's just another casualty of this whole situation.
Through his faith, Michael has tried to make peace with it all, which is easier said than done.
Because you carry that around, that you've been, you've played a role in the death of someone.
What is society going to gain out of this right now?
As the seasons change and the end of Edward Zagorski's life nears, both of these men now wish they could change what's been done.
It's hard to tell someone they're going to die.
Chris Conti, News Channel 5.
Now, because Governor Haslam denied Zagorski's clemency request, his only other option to stop the execution at this point is the United States Supreme Court, but it is highly unlikely at this point that they would step in.